Yes,
Yes, sir.
let's start.
The recording has started. You can just go ahead.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the training session on Saturday. Today we are going to cover basic topics like how we can install the studio. So once you install the studio, basic UI interaction. So how we can see the UI interface. So what are the panels are available, or what is the basic workflows are available in UiPath Studio? We can see that. So let me share my screen. Saigram, can you please confirm? Are you able to see my screen? Yeah. So first of all, we'll do how to download the studio. So once it is download the studio, how we can install it and what are the functionalities we have it in the studio, we'll check it. To download the studio, we have to go to the cloud.uipath.com. So once you are able to navigate to that particular website link, so you can able to see the different options. So Google, continue with the Google, or continue with the Microsoft, LinkedIn, or continue with the SSO. So whichever the thing you have it, you can go with it. So if you are not working for any of the organization, you can go with the Google. So this is the simple thing we can do the login for the cloud.uipath.com. So I am going to select my one of the mail,
Continue with SSO means
a single sign in. So if you are working for any of the client machine, so if that particular machine will be login with that particular credentials, right? So using that credential, you can do the login. So that's the company login. If you have any company machine.
okay. Thank you, Pradeep.
Yeah. So here I can able to log in that cloud.uipath.com. So let me share the URL in the chat. Yeah. So once you are able to navigate to the cloud.uipath.com, here itself you can see. So boost your productivity effortlessly. Download Studio. So from here you can download the Studio. So let me download the Studio from here. So here you can see the download is started. So basically I have the studio in my machine, but just I am downloading the studio again to showcase the how to download it. So this is the way it will get downloaded. So you can see the UiPath Studio Cloud will get downloaded. So once it is downloaded, just we have to double click on it and we have to install it in our machines. That's it. So whenever you are installing the UiPath Studio Cloud, so we have three components. So basically the first component is UiPath Studio will be downloaded in our machine. This is the UiPath Studio you can able to see. And one more thing is UiPath Assistant. So these two will come with the package of whichever the package we have downloaded now. So using this package, UiPath Studio Cloud will get two things. One is for Studio to do the development, and assistant to run the attended bots or unattended bots. We can run it from here. So these two will get it once you downloaded the particular MSI file from here. And this is the orchestrator. So you can see the orchestrator here. This is the orchestrator you can able to see. Yeah. So yesterday we have discussed about different products are available in UiPath, right? So now today we can able to see three products. One is UiPath Orchestrator to monitor the bot or to give credential or something we can do it. And one is Studio. Studio is used to uh, Studio is used to do the development, IDE platform, and assistant. Assistant is used to run the bots. Okay. So let me start with the Studio.
Pradeep, can you just show how the navigation happened? So people are just asking where how to open Orchestrator as well as how to just download the studio once again.
Yes, please. I'll do it again. So this is a cloud.uipath.com page. I am going to navigate it. I shared it in the chart. So once you are able to navigate it, so if you are not done the login, so it will ask for the login page. If you are done with the login, so it will directly come to this dashboard page. Here we can download the studio. Will you able to see? Yeah, if anyone able to try, if you want anyone try, you can try it now. So we can see that and we can do the installation in this machine. Someone is
So
not able to download.
in in
Can
the
you able to see?
downloads, in the downloads, you can see it will just take some time. Uh, if you can just see at the top, there is a download icon that is happening. So it will take some time. Okay. But this is the process you can just follow. Even I'll share you one link where you can just see after downloading what are the like a couple of steps that was required for you to just complete your installation. And all. I'll share that particular link also where you can just go through.
Yeah.
But
So if
you can
anyone
continue,
faces the
Pradeep.
issue,
Thank you.
we'll upload this MSI file into the our GitHub so that you can download it from there also and you can install it in your machine. So this is what we have done it. So we have installed the studio. Then how the interface will be for UiPath Studio. So because before you are going to do the development, you should know the entire interface where the activities will be there, what kind of tabs we have, where we need to go with it. So you should know about everything in the studio. So this document will help us to navigate into the studio to do the development. So the main ribbons are three tabs. One is home, design, and debug. Let me navigate to the studio also, so we can do that parallelly. Yeah. So I am going to create one new project. So what I am going to do, just opening the studio. Just opening the studio, then creating a new project. Just I am creating a new project. Here you can able to see. Start with a blank project to design a new automation process. So remaining stuff will explain you in the later. So as of now, we are going with the basic process. Let me start it. So here we need to give the project name. So whichever the project name we are going to give it, we have to give this. So I am mentioning as RPA training first project. So just description. Create. So what we are doing it is we are creating a process to start the development. So it will take some time to load the dependencies. So it got done. So Here, let me navigate to the PPT one. So when you see the PPT, we can able to see three things. The ribbon consists of three tabs: home, design, and debug. Just compare it here. So we have the same home, design, and debug. So each tab is having different kinds of functionalities. So when you go to the home, so we have different functionality, and the design we have different functionality, and debug is a different functionality. Okay. So first we'll go with the home. So home means whichever the process we have created that will be in the design. Home means we are navigating to the studio again. So if you want to create a new process again, so you can create it. Or if you want to open any of the previous project you have created, you can do that. If you want to create any of the template, we can go that and we can do that. And we have multiple options here to explore. So these are the extension we need to give it. We'll show you how to give the extension and everything. And templates, these are the pre-built templates to work on it. Means if you want to, it's a kind of reusable workflows here. So these reusable workflows are provided by the UiPath team. So we can use these reusable workflows to do the development. And this is for the repository. If 2 to 3 members are working on the same project from the different machine, so we have to collaborate the code at one place, right? So that this is a repository like Git, how we are storing the files. So it is the same way. Here also we can connect to the Git and we can store our files. So this is just for the setting, studio setting, how the language will be, design will be. So these are the basic things you can navigate and you can investigate about everything. So here we have one more thing, UiPath Studio and UiPath Studio X. We have seen it, right? When we are going through the UiPath Studio family, we have three things. One is UiPath Studio and Studio X and Studio Web. Studio is used for developers. Studio X is used for the business users. You can able to see here. So for business users looking to automate tasks for themselves and their immediate teams, this is for them. And one more thing is Studio Web. Studio Web is kind of, there is no installation dependency. So we can check it in the orchestrator. I will show that later. So as of now, we can change the license here. So if you want to change it, you can do the change. So if you want to click on the Studio X, then it will change the our studio into the Studio X. So whichever the thing you want to target, you can target it. But as a developer, we can do it in the studio itself. So this is the ribbon tab of home. So this is the design. Design means implementing the code. Where when we are started the project, you have something in your mind to do the development. So where we need to do the where we need to start the development. We have to start the development in the design phase itself. So in the design phase itself, we'll get everything to do it. So let me explain you all the tabs, which are the tabs are available here. Yeah. So this is the design tab, we have it. So you can able to see here. So this is the design. So when you go to the design, we have different options here and different panels are available here. Let me explain. Yeah. So we have, if you want to develop the project, we have to do it in the design tab itself. This is a kind of project setting. This is designing. And once you are done with the development, how to debug it, like how to run it, you can get it from here. So first we'll cover the design tab. So in the design tab, which are the things we have it. Sorry. Yeah. If you want to create a new workflows, so you can do it from here. So here, if you want to create a new workflow, sequence, flowchart, yeah, like this. Because you can't do the development in one one workflow, right? So your project will be complex, or your project like you have one thing to do the development. One is first you have to do the registration of one page, then login into the one that particular page, then entering some data into that particular page, then submitting the form. So here, this is the entire automation. So what we are going to do, we are going to do it in the 4 steps: registration, login, entering the data, submitting the form, right? 4 steps. So what we have to do for these 4 steps, we should not develop the code in one workflow. One workflow is a kind of page. So we should not do it in one workflow. What we have to do as a best practice is we have to divide that particular 4 subtasks into the 4 workflows. So how this is for registration. This is for login. This is for entering the data. And this is for submit. So once you are done with the all the workflow, what we have to do? So just we have to go collaborate all the workflows here. Yeah. So you may get a doubt like why we need to go with the multiple workflows, because when you are going to do the testing, you should do the testing for individual files. If you are getting an issue also, you can get to know, okay, I'm getting an issue in this particular workflow, so I can do the some changes in that particular workflow so that it will work. So that is useful for in our testing purpose. So that is in the new tab. And next one is save the project. So save the project is nothing but whichever the workflow we have created. Just if you want to save it, you can do the save. And export project as a template. So export project as a template means, as I said, you are created something. So that's the same thing. We have to use it in the next project, and in the next project, and in the next project. So like you have to use that particular workflow, whichever the thing you have developed it. If you want to use it multiple times, what we have to do, we have to create that particular one as a template. So what it will do, so you can use that template multiple times. So in the sorry.
Okay, Satya.
Let me show you.
All right, you can just continue.
Yeah. So here you can see a couple of templates, right? So these all are the templates are provided by the UiPath team. Means these all are the reusable things. We can use it in the our code. See, you can see the UiPath, 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 UiPath. These all are official UiPath template. But if you want to make a template, means you can also do it. And run the project directly in debug mode. So here, whichever the project we have created it, we can run it. And these are the copy, cut, paste activities and workflows. You can see. Let me explain it from here itself. Yeah. So here, manage packages. Manage packages means, so you have one idea to do the development. So our thing is what we have to do. So our project is first we'll get a mails. So we have to read the mails. Whichever the mails we'll get it, we have to that particular mail in the format of Excel. Then we have to read that particular mail. Then we need to enter the data into any of the web-based application. Then we need to send a mail back to the particular user. Okay, so let me do it in the notepad. Our high-level process is reading the mail, Then inside the mail, we have Excel to read. So once you are able to read the Excel, then we have to enter the data into the web-based application. Then once you are enter the data into the web-based application, then you will get one PDF form. So that PDF form will be from web-based. Then we need to check that form is proper or not. Check PDF form. Then we need to send that particular PDF in the mail. So how many steps we have it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6 steps of automation to do it. So we have to do this particular automation. So first thing what should be in our mind before doing this development, do we have the dependencies to implement this particular project? So first thing is mail inside the Excel and enter the data into the application, then then downloading the PDF, then reading the PDF and checking it, and then sending a mail. So for this, which are the activities we need it? For first, to do it, we need mail activities.
Sorry to interrupt, Pradeep.
Yes.
What are the default activities available after installing the studio?
You can able to see here, right? Excel, mail, system activities, testing activities, and UI automation activities.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, then we are going with here we need Excel activities. For here we need UI activities. For this we need for downloading again we need UI activities. To check the PDF, we need to read the PDF, right? So we need the PDF activities. Here again, we need to send a mail, so that we need the mail activities. Okay. So to implement our project end to end, we need these particular activities: mail, Excel, UI activities, and UI activities, PDF activities, mail activities. Okay, just compare with our default activities. Whichever the activities we have it. Excel we have it, mail we have it. Okay, mail we have it, Excel we have it. UI activities we can able to see here, and UI activities we can see here. And the PDF activities, we don't have any PDF activities here. And when you see the mail activities, we can able to see the mail. So only the activity is missing for us is PDF activities, right? So what we have to do, we have to go to the manage packages. Then we need to enter as a PDF. Here you can able to see UiPath PDF activities. We have to download this particular PDF activities.
So just to highlight here, we have some predefined default dependencies that is available when you just create the project. But based on your requirement, you can just add the add-on dependencies, let's say PDF, database, or else like APIs. So whatever the things it is required to make your project much lighter. So that is the reason why the unwanted dependencies that is not required in the process is not installed. Yeah, you can continue.
Thanks, Akira. So here you can able to see now. So Excel we have it, mail we have it, PDF we have it, system activities and testing activities and UI automation activities. So just now we have downloaded the PDF activities. So this is the way we can use the manage packages. So then manage entities. So manage entities is like storing the data and everything. So this is a different concept. We'll explain it in the feature. And these are the test managers. So it's not required for doing the basic development. It's for the different component we can integrate here. And have a web recorder. So web recorder means, so it will record the screen. So whichever the thing we can do it, it will record it. So it will implement, it will use it when you are doing the development. Like if you want to do 4 to 5 steps in the uh, web-based application. So whichever the steps you are doing it, you can record that particular thing. So what it will do, it will record that particular flow in our studio. So we can run that particular workflow. So it can run every time. This is a computer vision. So computer vision will show you. So this is the functionality to read the data from the computer vision mode. So this is all are the events and table extraction. So if you have any table data, if you want to extract it from web-based applications, we can extract the data using table extraction. So this is UI Explorer. UI Explorer means we have to provide the path, right? As a human, we know if someone is telling click on that login button, means you will do that, right? But as a robot should know where to click. Where to click, we have to provide some path to it, right? So the path should be given in the format of UI Explorer. I'll show you when we are doing the development. This session is just giving the interface, how the interface will be. And remove unused workflows and unused variables, arguments, dependencies, import, screenshot. You can do the remove from here. Analyze file is kind of a best practice, whichever the project we have implemented. So is it in the proper format or not? So if you are not followed the best practices, it will give some kind of warnings to you. Yeah. So then export to the Excel. So this will export that file into the Excel, and this is publish. So once you are done with it, if you want to run it from the studio, run it from the orchestrator as an unattended mode, we can do the publish. So next, let me navigate to the PPT. So we are done with the design phase. So these are the things we have covered. Why I am teaching everything means if you want to start the basic project, you should know where to navigate it first. So if you are able to navigate it comfortably, then you can do the automation, right? So that's the reason we are going to cover these particular topics here. Next one is debug. So let me navigate to the debug here. So this is the debug. Yeah. So how the debug will work? So you have implemented something. So once you are implemented something, you have to test it, right? So you can do the testing here. So this is the debug file. So once you click on the debug file, what it will do, it will start running the workflow. It will start the workflow from end to end. So if you want to start, like if you want to go with step by step, you can go with the step into. So they'll inform the same here. 3. Monitor and manage step-by-step execution of activities. You can do the simple step-by-step of execution. So if you want to retry, ignore, or restart the project execution, you can do it from here. So for any of the activities. And and this is for keeping the breakpoints. Breakpoints means when you are going to run the workflow, if you want to stop the workflow here, any one of the movement, if you want to start it, you can stop it using the breakpoints. And a slow step means it will do the execution in very slow mode. This is execution trials. We'll get that particular logs here. So if you want to highlight any of the elements, we can highlight it. This is log activities, continue on exception. Exception means if you are getting any exception also, it will do the continue. This is picture in picture, means it will create a kind of VM for it, and it will do the debugging for it. This is remote debugging. These are the options are like used for running the workflow. So are you good with these particular three ribbons as of now? So I think everyone is clear because this is sample. Just you have to navigate it and you have to go through it so that you will get some idea about it. Next, navigate to the main view. Yeah. So this will be a main view when you are going to start the development. We have project panel. So this is the project panel. You can able to see. So project panel, what are the things we have in the project panel? This is like file explorer, whichever the projects we have created that will be stored here. So by default, the navigation is documents, UiPath, and whichever the project name we have created. These are the dependencies we have it. These are the entities, templates. These are the workflows. We are using it for our process. And if you want to do any setting for it, we can do the setting, project setting. Here, from here, we can do the project setting. And this is kind of filters. We can check it. And this is for refresh. So if you want to do the refresh of it, we can do that. So it will do the collapse of everything. It will do the entire thing. You will get it, whichever the things we have it. So this is about our project. So whichever the project we have it, we have implemented, we'll get all the details in the project tab. Next thing is activities panel. So activities panel is, so we have discussed about something, right? So we have to do the automation for this thing, mail activities, Excel activities, UI activities, PDF activities, mail activities. So where you will get these activities then? You have installed it as a dependencies to do the automation, but where we can see that? We can see it in the activities itself. So you should navigate to the activities. Then if you search for the PDF, see, these are the PDF activities we have. If you search for the Excel, so you can see Excel related activities. If you search for the Word, we are not getting anything because we have not installed any packages related to the Word, right? So let me install any of the package related to the Word. So let me check now. What are the Word activities we have? So you can able to see now. So we have activities got it now because we have installed just now. So that's the way we can see the activities here. So whichever the activity you want to use it, just drag and drop that activity and use that activity. If you don't know what's the purpose of that activity, just right click on it, go to the help. So here we'll get the documentation for that particular activity. So here we can see entire description about the activity. Then snippet panel, you can see this is a snippet panel. So this is for the reusable component. So if you want to keep the reusable component here, we can keep it here. So we can use this particular reusable for every time. So one of the example is delay. So if you want to stop your code for 10 seconds, this is reusable snippet. You can use it multiple times. So you can directly drag and drop from here instead of doing the development multiple times. So this is for the loops. This is for the orchestration. So these templates we have by default, but if you want to create any snippet, which you are going to use it multiple times, you can do it from here. This is about the snippet tab. And properties panel. So properties panel, is different for each activity. So let me go navigate to the properties panel. So this is the properties panel here. So let me use any of the Excel activity. Yeah. So just I am using this particular read range activity. So when you are going to use the read range activity, this is the properties for it. So whichever the range you want to read it, and once you read it, what is the output for it? So this is deep. These particular options are different. Then I'll use one more activity. Just save Excel as file. Save Excel file as. So here you see the save file and how to save it and what is the workbook name you are going to save it. See, for these two activities, the properties are different. Why? Because based on the functionality, the properties will may change. So if you want to click, the properties will get different. So how many times you want to click? Is it left click or right click? Is it middle click or click type? Is it single click or double click? Where we need to click? Is it in the middle, left, right?
Pradeep, sorry for
Yes,
interrupt. Hello. Yeah.
yes.
What is the difference between click activity and click image activity? Can you please tell me?
We'll show it in the code itself. Click will be work on the based on the selectors. So if you don't have any selectors, we can do it using the click image activity. So identification between the both. So you can able to identify using selectors. We can do it using click. So you don't have any target application. You can't able to do it as a path.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have to take the image as a reference. Then we have to click on an image.
Okay, so both the activities in modern design only, right?
In modern design, we have it. In classic design also, we have it.
Okay,
So
yeah,
that's
thank you.
we'll show you when we are doing the development
Yes,
or when
yes,
we are
please.
showing.
Yeah.
Today,
Okay.
just kind of interface how we need to navigate
Yes, yes,
everything else.
yes. Yeah. Okay, thank
Yeah. So this is the properties panel. Properties will be different for different activity. So output outline panel. So this will show our project. So the project hierarchy, it will show whichever the things we have used it in our project. So which are the activities we have used it? See, so in registration form, we have used it click, then read range, save Excel as a file, then we have used it registration workflow, nothing is there, and then sequence, append text, add picture. So then these three workflows. So whichever the project we have implemented, it is a kind of short term for it. Then object repository used to store the selectors. So if you want to use the selectors, if you want to mark that selectors as a reusable format, we can do that. Selector is a path we are going to provide it to a robot to click on that particular function. Here resource panel. So whichever the resources we are using it from the orchestrator. So we can use assets, we can use queues, we can use the process from the orchestrator. So we can see whichever the things we are using it from the orchestrator here. And variable span means, so this is the variable span. So if you want to store any of the value, so I want to store my name, first thing. So I can use, yes. So what it will do, it will store my name. Let me check that. Just I am showing how the values will be stored. So in variables, I am created one variable and stored my value as a Pradeep. Just I am printing name here. So we'll see how will it work. See, I called the first name, but it's printing my name because first name is storing the name of Pradeep. So this pane is for variables and this pane is for arguments. Variables are used for storing the data between same workflow. Arguments can pass the data for one workflow to another workflow. When you are doing the development, we can show you. And imports is a bunch of namespaces. When you are going to do the development, how we are doing the manage packages, if you want any namespace to download it, we can download it from here. So these namespaces will use it for the string functions. Okay. And output panel. So we have seen the output panel here. So whichever the execution we have done it, so that will be shown in here. So we can see how much time it took for doing the development, when it started, when it ended. So if you want to keep any logs, we can see the logs also. And this is find references panel. We won't use this panel much, but it's a kind of a reference to use it. And error list panel. So this is error list. So we don't have any error list now in this particular workflow. If you are having any errors, that particular error will come here. So when you are done the execution. Breakpoints, as I mentioned. So if you want to stop the code somewhere, if you want to execute from that particular place as a step by step, you can use the breakpoints. Whichever the breakpoints we have it, we can see the breakpoints here, but we don't have any breakpoint here. So let me create one breakpoint. So just I clicked on the right click here, making breakpoint. So let me see. So we can see one breakpoint here. So if you created any breakpoint, that breakpoint will come here. Universal search bar. We have to click on the Control F to get the universal search bar. So once it is done, so if you want to click on it, if you want to get any activities, we can get it from here, rearrange. Rearrange activity gate. I got it. If I'll set it for the right range, we'll get it. Click, we'll get it. Click image, we'll get it. Type into, we'll get it. So based on the activity, we can read that, we can set that activity, we can drag and drop from here. So this is for the shortcuts. We'll share this shortcuts file with you. These shortcuts will not much useful, but just go through it. Like doing the quick development, we can use these shortcuts. So any questions from now? You can ask if you have any questions.
Pradeep, actually, I was trying to install UiPath. It was showing quick recommended for community users and custom recommended for enterprise or advanced users?
You can share your screen
Yeah,
so that
please.
we can see it. That will help for everyone.
Lakshmi, like you can just follow the steps that's been shared in terms of a video. I've already
Okay.
shared a video. You can just follow the
Okay.
steps. You can get all
Got.
the instructions there. If you are still facing issues, you can just ping us personally in the WhatsApp where we can just help you out resolving your things.
Okay, no worries. Thank you. And one more thing, the PowerPoint or like the PPT which Pradeep was sharing, is it somewhere on the UiPath website?
No, we'll share it in our
No,
Git so that you can access it.
Yeah,
we are
please.
uploading on a daily basis in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Git. Yeah, you can just have those things there.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
So as you got to pop up, right, community version and enterprise version. So it's like free trial and the paid licensed version. Free trial is the community version and the paid one is the enterprise version. So if you want to use enterprise version, we have to get the license fee from the UiPath, but you can use the community version. So you can download the community version and you can start doing the development.
I mean, do they have lot of differences between the community version and the advanced version? I mean, like the with
Uh,
license one.
no, there is no differences. Whichever the enterprise version they have it, they are giving it for the free for some time. So you can use that.
Okay, that's a
So
trial version. What is the time they give that trial version for?
Earlier it was 60 days, but now there is no limit for it. We can use it, right, Saikira?
yes, yes, there is no limit. So community is available for you for lifelong as of now
Okay,
from UiPath.
nice, cool. Fine, thank you.
So Pradeep, there is one slide which will just differentiate something related to a community as well as the enterprise edition in the PPT. You can just go through that particular slide also.
Let me check that.
18th slide, I hope so.
Yes. Yeah. So these are two editions of Studio, Community Edition and Enterprise one. This is for practice purpose and this is for deployment for the business. So there is no much differences as per the developer, we can use it. This is a very old version of PPT, so there is no much update regarding it, but there is no limit for it. We can do it.
So there is one question that so where we need to download UiPath Orchestrator. So from the cloud.uipath.com, you can just simply navigate where we'll show it going forward. We'll explain something about Orchestrator there also. So earlier it was a downloaded version, but from 2018, 2017, it's also available in the cloud. So no need to install the Orchestrator.
Yeah. So quickly, I want to cover one more topic. So I'll close it in next 5 minutes with that once the completion of that folder. So we are good with the interface of UiPath Studio, right? So what we have to do when you are going to do the development, we have to create the process. So we have created the project. Then inside that we have to create a process. So that particular thing here you can able to see sequence we have created earlier, and we have one more thing is a flowchart. So most probably 95% we'll use only these two workflows to develop our code. One is sequence and one is flowchart. Sequence is used for small process and linear way. So you have click on step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4. That is a kind of linear process, right? So at that time we'll use the sequence. Flowchart is if you have any conditions, if you want to go back to the previous step, at that time you have to go with the flowchart. Let me showcase. Wherein some type into, some type into, some type into. Click. So here how the sequence flow is like one by one flow. So it's coming one by one, right? So once it is done with the execution, it will come with this activity. Then when it is comes done, so it will come to the third activity. Then it's done, it will go to the fourth activity. So it's a kind of linear process. It will execute one by one step. But when you go to the flow chart, here we have to give the path. So you may get a doubt. Both are same. So here one by one we are getting it. Here also one by one we are getting it. But here if you want to make a loop, we can do it. And see the loop happened here. So we can delete this one if you want to make any of the condition. So we can do the condition. So if you are going with any of the condition, if the condition met, then if the condition met, then only we have to click on this particular button. If the condition is not met, then we have to go with this previous one. See how the flow is like. First it is going on the click, then it is going on the next click. So once this click is done, so we are checking one condition is a true or false. If it is a true, then only going with the third step. If it is a false, then it is going to the first step. Once the third step is done, again it navigating to the first step. See, but when you see the sequence, we don't have that particular of functionality. So most probably we'll use only these two workflow mechanisms in when you are going to do the development. If you have linear workflow, then go with the sequence with the simple project. If you have any complex with the conditions, then you can go with the flow chart. So you have any doubts regarding this? So we can open for the Q&A for today.
Hi Pradeep. In a flowchart, can we add sequence of steps because there will be set of linear items that we need to perform, right? So can we add it
Yes.
in a flowchart as well?
Yes, we can add that. Let me. So this is the flowchart. So here we connected to the sequence. So here we are giving some linear linear workflows. So 2 clicks or 3 clicks, I can give it. When you come back, so see, this is a flowchart. This is a sequence. Again, if you want to give any one more sequence, also we can give it. Yeah, inside sequence we can do the development, and it is like a same thing we have implemented. So you can do multiple navigations and multiple, you can use the condition here and again. So we can use sequences inside the flowchart with some kind of decision blocks also. That will work.
Is it possible that we can use a flowchart inside the sequence?
Yes, we can use that.
Yeah.
Here it will come. But again, it's a kind of one more workflow here. See, this is entirely one more workflow. Most probably we won't use flowchart inside the sequence. It's not a best practices. It will give some kind of warning, not an error. It will give the warning because it's not a best practice to do it. But in the flowchart, we can implement the sequences.
Thank you.
Any questions other than this? Saikiran, can you able to see any questions in the chart?
Yes, and chart window, we have just answered every question that was asked. So just to give a gist of the things what we have today. So can we get all the options in the search box? Yes, we can get whatever the search you are trying to go. so you can get all the things. So just to recall what we have done today. So we have just gone through the installation steps. So we have seen what is the user interface of UiPath, where we have discussed about different ribbons, about home design as well as debug. And we have just seen about different panels too, like what is the purpose of activities panel, properties panel, project panel, so variables panel, arguments panels, output panels, breakpoints panel, error list panel, all these panels, how we are going to use and all. And we have just seen about what are the different types of workflows we are utilizing. So workflows are nothing but a graphical representation of your particular process. So if it's a simple process, linear process, we're going to use sequence. If it is a bit complex where you need to interact with multiple activities inside your particular project, we're going to utilize Flowchart. So that is what we have just seen under today's session. So tomorrow's session is what we're going to cover is something related to how you're going to create some variables. What are the different types of variables we can just create, and what is the purpose of utilizing arguments and also string methods. So these were the three concepts we are going to cover in the tomorrow session. So any doubts, please do let us know. We'll just share the recording as well the materials used in the particular sessions. Fine. Any doubts, any queries? We're just open. Yes, Prasad, you asked me something.
Yes, Kiran. Actually, I was just trying to sign up for this UiPath, and I just got two options here. Like I just gave my personal email ID, and after that, on the next screen, I just got two options here, like my training and which one to choose, like my training and my robot. So yeah. So which one to choose? Like,
what is the options you got?
one is my training, and the other one is robot.
Can you just provide the screenshot, maybe, or else like you can share the screen also. We can just resolve.
Yeah, sure.
I'll make you as a presenter.
Yes.
Yes, I can stop the recording so that we can discuss on the call. That's fine.
Yes. Stop recording.